Hello and welcome to Juicy Ed. My name is Julia and this is my educational channel about all things health, body, relationship, pleasure, mindfulness, and many other topics all connected to sex. The topic of today's video is actually the 5 books that I prepared for you guys, which I think are the perfect books in case you would like to start or catch up on your sex education, in case that's something that you missed out on in your life. And judging by the fact that you're watching this video right now, you probably did. Or you were searching for porn on YouTube and then you stumbled upon this video. And if that's the case, well, don't do that. It's a waste of time. There is no porn on YouTube. But do stick around here. It's like there are many interesting things gonna come out. I hope. I guess. I really hope. Without further ado, the first book is called The Wonder Down Under by Nina Brochmann and Ellen Stockendahl. Those are 2 Norwegian scientists and I probably totally screwed up their names, so I apologize. But they did put together an absolutely incredible book about, well, everything down under, which is indeed a great wonder. It rhymed. I like when things rhyme. It is actually an incredible example of medical book all based on scientific researches but written in a very simple language. Important thing, the fact that it's a female reproductive organ does not in any way mean that it's only for women to read. Actually, I do encourage boys to read the book as well because, well, you do interact with vaginas in your life, don't you? So basically, this book explains all things vagina, from the way it is built, to the discharge, to the period, to the diseases, and many other things. So, totally recommend this one. Moving on. The next book for today is a book about an eggplant. It's not. It's about a penis. It's called The Penis Book. It was written by Aaron Spitz, who is actually one of the leading experts in the US on the topics of male sexual health and male fertility. I think this book could easily be called like an equivalent of the previous one, The Wonder Down Under, but about a male reproductive organ. So if you want to open the door into the mysterious world of penis and male health, this is your book. On a more personal note, I honestly found out so many incredibly interesting things from this book about penises. It's crazy. And some of the things actually got me worried. Did you guys know that the vast majority of the guys who are worried about their penis size actually have above average penis size? It's crazy. Dudes, just don't worry, chill. Size doesn't matter. Relax. Moving on. I would never. So book number 3 is called The Vagina Bible by Dr. Jen Gunter. Well, honestly, this book really lives up to its name. It is like a holy book of vaginas. It is like an absolutely incredible collection of medical and scientific facts about vaginas. What I personally really enjoy about this book is this section that is called Cannabis and Vaginas. Just kidding. It is the fact that this book actually broke so many myths when it comes to vaginas that even I, an owner of a vagina myself, sometimes I feel like it owns me, not the other way around. But anyway, and a fairly educated person when it comes to this topic had like quite a few of moments while reading it. Totally recommend it. Moving on. Book number 4, Becoming Clitorid by Lori Mintz, a feminist professor and author who's dedicated her work to, well, basically helping people live more joyful and sexually satisfying life by means of psychology and science. This book is absolutely wonderfully easy to read and, well, it basically puts like a spotlight on all of the problems that we currently have as a society. And trust me, there are lots, from defining sex to orgasm inequality to ignoring clitoris to lack of sex education and many more. This book is less medical than the previous books, but it does present like the whole spectrum of orgasm inequality that we're currently facing and suggests many ways to fight it. For example, it has like suggested scripts on how you can fix your sex life or improve it or spice it up. So totally recommend it. Next, the next book is called The Vagina Re-Education by Lynn Enright. You know, honestly, I was a little skeptical about this book in the beginning because, as opposed to all the previous books, this one is actually written by a journalist and not by a medical or a science worker in their respective field. But do not be misled by this. Lynn really managed to underline all the most important things about vaginas that are normally missed during sex education classes or too taboo to discuss or covered with myths and those misleading facts. I would say it goes very well together with the previous book, Becoming Clitorate, except maybe this one covers broader topics than just orgasm and equality. But in general, those are both very easy to read and rather witty. And I like witty. Witty. It is an absolutely perfect book if you're looking to get a perspective on the current state of sex ed. Spoiler alert, it's very bad. And also widen your basic set of knowledge on vaginas. And that's it. I know the question that you're probably going to ask me is, Julia, where are all the books about the penis? They're mostly just vagina books. I know, my library is a little sexist, I'm aware. But that's exactly why, if you have any good books in mind, just feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'm always open and happy to read the new stuff. And besides that, do subscribe. I mean, there are going to be more stuff like this coming, not just books reviews, even though this is also planned, but also generally educational content on the topic of sex educational sex education, you know. Yeah, anyway, and to conclude about those books that they're right there, about the books that I presented to you guys today, they're absolutely incredible. And if you'd like to start your journey with sex education or just like widen your horizons when it comes to all of those topics, because they're mostly about the female and male reproductive organs, which I think is the best and most logical starting point, really. At the same time, the little thing that summons me here is the fact that those books are mostly concentrated on cis men and cis women. And this is not in any way a fault of the wonderful authors who put those books together. It is more of a problem of the availability of scientific data on those topics. So hint, hint for the scientists, dudes. Do more research. That's what I can say. But probably out of all those books, the Vagina Bible is the Vagina Bible is the most inclusive one when it comes to those topics. And thank you so much for watching again, and have a nice sex. Did you see what I did there? I said have a nice sex instead of have a nice day. You know? How corny is that? Pretty corny. All right, bye.